What is up, mga gamers? We're back at it again sa isa na namang edisyon ng katatakutan na hatid ng Amnesia! So, simulan na natin. Continue. Last time, nalaman natin na kailangan natin mag-experiment at yun lang talaga. At meron tayong malandang goldfish dito. Kaso di lumalabas. Medyo shy po yung goldfish natin. Tingnan natin kung mabibigyan natin pagkain yung goldfish natin. Naglalakad talaga eh. Last episode pa yung naglalakad na yun. Kaya hanggang ngayon prepian ako. So yun talaga yung isa sa maganda sa laro na to. Yung una yung sound design. Napakaganda ng sound design dito sa laro. Kaya talaga ang creepy ng laro na to dahil sa sound design niya. Tsaka yung graphics, kung hindi yung papansin na hanggang ngayon comparable pa rin siya sa mga in-demand na horror games. And nakakatakot talaga itong laro na to. Para saan lang naman? So kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung last episode, bakit hindi nyo pa pinapanood? Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung last episode, lalagay ko na lang yung link sa description, kaya na bahala manood kung gusto nyo lang naman. Hindi ko naman kayo pinipilit, pero kung gusto nyo lang naman. Kailangan natin ng key para sa wine cellar. Ayaw rin bumukas. Bakit na lang lahat ng pinto ayaw bumukas? Kasi doon ako galing. Doon ko lang kilala. So, subukan muna natin hanapin yung storage. At mukhang wala po siya rito. Siguro kaya lang mas nagiging creepy lalo yung sound sa akin dahil sa yung gamit ko kasi na headphones may may surround sound siya, kaya kung nasan yung sound dun, kung kunyari sa right, kung nasa right yung sound dun ko maririnig, kaya ang creepy talaga para sa akin. Nakalimutan ko na talaga kung ano yung mga i-expect dito sa laro natin. Dito na naman po tayo sa library. Library. Isa naman. Check ko natin. Yung may naririnig talaga ako naglalakad. Hindi ko alam kung sa akin lang talaga o naririnig ko rin. Medyo masama po yung putong ko dito. Bakit may umuungol ng biglaan naman dito, oh? Biglaan naman po kayong umuungol. Wala man lang kayong pasabi. Bago kayo umuungol, nasabihin muna ako. Para hindi po ako kinikilabutan, no? Ano, meron dito? Whoop!
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Sana all may servants. Sana all. Shit! Di naman po ako prepared dun, no? Kung maaari lang naman, prepared na sana ako sa mga susunod na mangyari. Iyo ako. Twerk it girl, twerk it.
17th of May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Yeah! Naintindihan niyo ba yung nangyari? Kasi ako hindi.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Okay, one. Ooh. Ba itong sa akin? Ooh! Local folklore. Altstadt and Brandenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Altstadt. Altstadt. Deep within East Prussian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brandenburg. The quiet forest, clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be. Albeit the area is haunted by the dark as any local, and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. Haba. The story reaches all the way back to the time of 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, rot by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called the Gatherers. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to still living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp, burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme did it follow? The visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visit Odstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight. Wow. Sikat na pala fortnight nun. Fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate the burrow in the northwestern gates, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is now known to have passed away in Grenoble. Some 10 years later, he missed the notion of ever visiting Alstad, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods and what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. By the way, sorry kung natatagalan kayo sa pagbasa. Gusto ko talaga basahin yung mga notes na to para alam ko kung ano yung nangyayari sa mga. Pero kung Ayaw nyo ng basa-basa na ganito, skip nyo na lang, i-double tap nyo na lang yung nakapanood nyo para ma-skip. So, continue. The immortal Baron, the Baron of Brennenburg, lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby. Outstyled and like most laws of nobility, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation and joined the coveted over the Black Eagle along with the great leaders of this country. Tara, hindi na natin ang ating mga kalokohan dito. So, ano nga ulit ang kailangan ko gawin? One. Okay. Two. Three. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go! Hey! May bagong room na naman dito tayo. Okay. Note. Regarding closing of the wine cellar, Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail of Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men live or they will starve. Whatever comes first, we can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would in a sense solve both of my problems. Okay. So, di ako sure dito pero tingin ko, pag kinuha ko to may mga. Okay! 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 Bumukas ka! Bumukas ka! Oh! Tingin ko medyo paranoid lang ako, pero para sure. Okay, so paranoid lang po ako. Shit. Tara na. Tara na tayo tumakas dito. Shit. Yung ungol pa. Grabe. Nakakabahan ako. Ay, nako!
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
What? Ah, what? Okay. Inspect the area first. Ah, if an enemy is near. Meron ba? Ah! Lalo lang to, hindi nakakatakot ba? Mas marami pang nakakatakot na bagay bukod dito. Ah! 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 Hello mga gamers! Welcome sa isang parallel universe kung saan ako ay nag-e-edit. Nakasama, di ba? Pero sa kasamang palad, puputulin muna natin tong episode na to dito dahil masyadong mahaba yung pag-a-record ko sa buong episode na to. Hindi ko rin alam kung bakit pero sobrang haba. Pero don't worry, tapos ko na rin i-edit yung part 2 na kasunod nito. Kaya onting hintay na lang. Kung gusto niyo nakita nyo, press nyo yung like button. Mag-subscribe na rin kayo. Tapos, ringin na rin yung bell para ma-notify kayo pag nag-upload na yung part 2 nito. So, yun lang. Thank you all for watching and bye-bye!